Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit is set to be demolished and replaced with a new, larger attraction at Universal Studios Florida. This according to new water management permits filed this week. The plans call for several new buildings to be built, with 2 larger ones to be added near the New York section of the park. Let's check in on the permits as well as other recently filed documents to see what we can learn about a possible new coaster in today's news update. Filed publicly on December 23rd, just before 2024 wraps up, these documents show the project location and its possible environmental impact to Florida's water systems. The project outline is around the existing Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit roller coaster at Universal Studios Florida. While the plans included in the documents filed are called improvements, these documents are for the removal of a ride and the construction of a new ride. In case there are any doubts, the written documentation included with the permit images describe the project as remove existing attraction and replace with proposed attraction. It has been rumored that Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit would eventually close for years, but rumors have been picking up recently, and this was compounded last month by a notice of commencement for work to be done at Universal Studios Florida by the roller coaster manufacturer Intamin. Intamin Amusement Rides is currently working on a roller coaster attraction in Epic Universe themed to How to Train Your Dragon, as well as the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster in Universal Studios Hollywood. Rumors for a replacement of Rip Ride Rockit being an East Coast version of the Hollywood Drift Coaster have been floating around, but the location of new buildings for this upcoming ride may spark new theories. As seen in this Project Limits plan, the outline for this upcoming project encompasses more land than where the current Rockit coaster sits. Some of this additional space is due to the plan focusing on erosion and water drainage concerns, which is likely why the outline continues all the way to the edge of the City Walk Lagoon. However, additional space can be found on the left side of the image, which includes a part of a backstage parking lot, which is included for more than just drainage concerns. This image shows a before and after for the project site, with the current state of the area seen at the top. The bottom image, though, shows how the site will be changed, which includes the addition of 3 new buildings. One small structure can be seen on the right, which may be for an electrical or some other type of mechanical support building for the new attraction. The 2 larger new buildings are to be added on the left side, which is in the New York area of Universal Studios Florida. One of these new structures is to be built in the backstage parking lot near Soundstage 24. The second building, which is closer to the guest areas of the park, appears to be taking over a section of the extended queue for Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon. This is the area located directly behind the firehouse facade facing New York, which was the original entrance to the former Ghostbusters Spooktacular show at Universal Studios Florida in the 1990s. Could this new attraction, which is taking over the footprint of Rip Ride Rockit and adding new buildings that could be used for queue, station, or maintenance, possibly be based on the Ghostbusters franchise? Or is this location just coincidence, as it happens to be where they had enough space to be able to move the entrance away from the newly formed Minion Land where Rockit's entrance is now? This upcoming project, which is shown as Project 830 in documents and encompasses 6.27 acres, is listed as in review and has a deadline of January 22, 2025 to either be approved or extended. We should hopefully see new permits and documents early in the new year if this project moves forward. It is not known if the notice of commencement showing Intamin as the contractor is related to this project, as the document could have been for something like providing maintenance for the Escape from Gringotts ride in the same park. New track was recently spotted at an Intamin manufacturer in Europe. This mystery track appears to be light blue in color, which is very different from the black track being used at Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. But there's no telling if this new blue track is related to this project at Universal Orlando. Intamin has introduced a vertical launch coaster, which the sample layout renderings they've released are shown in blue. Perhaps Universal could be considering this type of ride to keep some of the elements of the skyline similar to its former attraction. But keep in mind, there is no permit information to back up this theory. Universal Orlando has not yet announced a closure date for the Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit roller coaster, but they may need to soon if these plans are to be put into action next year and the ride is in fact set to be demolished. The onboard music option for Rip Ride Rockit was reduced dramatically in 2023, going from 30 options to just 5 songs, which only leaves 1 song per genre category. The large attraction banner was never replaced after being taken down in preparation for a storm, so these changes have helped to fuel imminent closure speculation in the last couple of years. That's all for now, but stay tuned for continuing coverage of this possible new roller coaster project for Universal Studios Florida. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you'd like to see more like it. And consider joining our Patreon for behind-the-scenes posts, your name in the credits, and more. Patreon.com/themeparkstop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.